Hello, in this video, we're continuing to learn from the book, The Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. It's a guide to financial freedom. Robert Kiyosaki wrote the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And in this one, he's talking about the forms of investing your money. Just briefly, that's what he's mentioning in this one. Video number 19. Excited? Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. Here I share what I learned, continue to learn. And mostly I'm into business topics, money topics, motivation, personal development. If you are new, my name is Sherif Nakalima. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And in this video, I'm continuing this book. I'm reading this video number 19. It's a Cashflow Quadrant, written by Robert Kiyosaki, the one who wrote the famous book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And in this particular one, he's talking about the forms the people invest their money. And if any of that, like what I mentioned, book, business, earning money, investing money, personal development, taking a step to make your life better, if those sound interesting, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell to be notified when I have new videos. And for those of you who keep coming back, appreciate you very much. You know what to do, so I don't take so much time talking about that. You know what you need to do. My schedule here is 12:30 p.m. USA Eastern Time, but daily. I'm here daily. Books are 5 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then on Friday I come, same time, 12:30 p.m. USA Eastern. On Fridays live, and on Sunday it's motivation. Now, this is video number 19. I think at the end, that's when I'll mention how you get to this book. Let me first get to the content first. Video number 19, like I said, Robert Kiyosaki is mentioning the forms of investing, like how people invest their money. And then, but he's not going deep, just mentioning. But before I start reading, I will have to mention what we did in 18. Video number 18 was talking about the difference between being wealthy or being rich. So I'll share how you get to those videos later at the end. Let me read quickly, because there are those who come to hear just where I am today. So let me do that. But I have to remind you, this book is about the cash flow quadrant. And I'll show that quickly. The cash flow quadrant, Robert is suggesting how we earn money. That we earn money from four types, four different sources. Either as an employee or self-employed or small business on the left, or as large business owners or investors on the right. So I won't take too much time on that. It's in every video. Now, after you have that in mind, that this whole book is about that quadrant. He's talking about starting 19. This is a subheading. He called it Red Line Finances. It's a subtopic. And he said, in the world of cars, there's a saying about keeping the engine at the red line. By the way, today I'm going to skip some lines because he likes to elaborate too much and it slows down the reading. So I'll skip some parts. So he said, in the world of cars, there is a saying about keeping the engine in red line, which means the maximum speed the car's engine can maintain without blowing up. So now he relates that to money. He said, many people, rich and poor, operate constantly at the financial deadline of their personal finances. No matter how much money they make, they spend it as fast as it comes in. The trouble with operating your car's engine at the red line is that the life expectancy of the engine is shortened. The same is true with operating your finances at the red line. Several of my doctor friends say that one of the main problems they see today is stress caused by working hard and never having enough money. One said that one doctor says that the biggest cause of health disorders is something she calls cancer of the wallet. Cancer of the wallet, causing too much stress. Okay, now you have the subheading saying money making money. Regardless of how much money people make, ultimately they should put some in the I quadrant. That's on the right, investing. The I Quadrant is where your money makes more money. It's based on the idea that your money works hard for you, so you don't have to work. Although the I Quadrant is important to your financial health, there are other forms of investing worth noting. Remember, I said he's going to mention the other forms, and he elaborates, but I'm going to be brief. So I put even numbers on them. He didn't put numbers, he just has paragraphs, but I'm putting numbers. So number one, he said other forms of investing. What I picked out as number one is people invest in their education. Number two, giving your royalty and best efforts to an employer is another form of investment. In return, the employee is rewarded with a pension for life. That's another one, but he goes on in more detail. Number three, other people invest in having large families. Number four, but then he's on large families at the end he says it has become more difficult for families to handle the living and medical expenses of their parents because people were investing in large families to have more children, expecting the children to take care of them. But now of the parents, and now he's saying that it has become more difficult for families to handle the living and medical expenses of parents. So that's not the best option anymore. So number four, government has retirement programs such as Social Security and Medicare. That's another form of investing. Then number five, there are independent investment vehicles for retirement that are called individual retirement plans. On all these, he's putting short notes, but I decided to skip them because I feel like if you want to learn more about that, you can go read more about that. At least we know the way you could invest. Again, is you can invest in higher education, higher education, giving royalty to best effort employer. The employer can give you a pension. Number three, I'm reviewing. You can invest in large families, or more children. Number four, that was the old way. Number four, you can like Social Security and Medicare, that's government. And then number five, independent investment vehicles, individual retirement plans. So now he's saying, subtopic, income received from investments. Although the above are all forms of investing, the I Quadrant focuses on investments that generate income on an ongoing basis during your working years. So this he's showing how this the I Quadrant is different, not the same as what I just listed here. So he's saying the I Quadrant focuses on investments that generate income on an ongoing basis during your working years. So to qualify as a person who operates in an I Quadrant, use the same criteria used in all other quadrants. Do you receive current income from the I Quadrant? Then you'll know that you are in the I Quadrant. In other words, is your money working for you and generating income for you? He gives an example of real estate, but really we've done a lot of real estate examples. You can understand if you invest in a property and you get more than what you pay on it, then that's investment income. That he's given an example, but I didn't go into details of that. Then he's had a question. Is my retirement account a form of investment? Then he says, regularly putting money into a retirement account is a form of investing. People in the E Quadrant, those are employees, are most encouraged to take. These retirement plans are not without risk, and even when they perform, the rate of return is never going to make you financially free. So he says, most of us want to be investors when our working years are over. But for the sake of this book, the I Quadrant represents a person whose income comes from investments during their working years. In reality, most people aren't investing in a retirement account. Instead, most are saving money in their retirement account, hoping that when they retire, there'll be more money coming out than they put in. There's a difference between people who save money in their retirement accounts and people who, through investing, actively use their money to make more money as income. So he has another one. This will be the last part. Stockbrokers, investors. Many financial advisors in the investment world are by definition not really people who generate their income from the I Quadrant. For example, most stockbrokers real estate agents, financial advisors, bankers, and accountants are predominantly E's or S's. They're either employees or self-employed. In other words, their income comes from their professional work, not necessarily from assets they own. I have friends who are stock traders. They buy stocks low and hope to sell high. In reality, their profession is trading, much like a person who owns a retail shop and buys items and wholesale and sells them on retail. There is still something they physically must do to generate the money, so they would fit more into the S quadrant than the I. So they fit more in the S quadrant than the I quadrant. They are not investors. Can all these people be investors? The answer is yes, but it's important to know the difference between someone who earns money from commissions, sells advice by the hour, or try to buy low and sell high, compared to someone who earns money from spotting or creating good investments. There's one way to find out how good your advisors are. Ask them what percentage of their income comes from commissions or fees versus the percentage that comes from passive income from their investments or other business they own. Last paragraph. I have several CPA friends who tell me, without violating client confidentiality, that many professional investment advisors have little in the way of income from investments. In other words, they don't practice what they preach. That's the end of number 19 reading. I have something just to say about what he just said, because can you imagine having a financial advisor who does not invest anything? Like they don't even have they don't know what you have to go through, you putting your money in their hands, like that risk that comes. So which means, in fact, Robert said, and I think in the Rich Dad book, that for him, when he's choosing someone, whether it's even I think he even talked about when he's buying properties, he wants someone who is advising him to be owning properties too. That way they have like the similar goals. Like if someone is just advising you so they can earn a commission, they may give you wrong advice. By the way, this is just coming to, when you go to buy something, have you ever realized the salesperson saying, "Oh, I have that too. I own that too. I use that too at home," but they're actually not telling the truth. So this is the same kind of thing. How do you feel if someone is your financial advisor but has never done anything they're advising you to do? I think you have to be careful. Ask them their story. That okay, they're asking you to invest in this company. Have they invested in that company or not? If not, be more careful. That's what I think what he's trying to say. He said it in the Rich Dad Poor Dad book more. So that's my video today. Leave a comment. This was about investing. For those of you who think about investing, you want to invest in more children. Some people use to invest in more children. It's like if you have a farm, you can invest in children. They can be cheap labor or free labor. That used to happen a long time ago. Maybe it's not a good model anymore. What do you think? Leave a comment. Like I always end them, I said, take good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Please like the video, add a comment, take a step, a better you. Bye-bye.